Good afternoon, Milwaukee, and welcome to the season finale of Stormwatch on this very special episode. Stormwatch field correspondent David Kay takes us live to the Hunger Task Force to tell us of the good work this organization does, not just in the time of giving, but all year long. Josh Nyland shows us how the magic is made behind a scenes with a look at the MATC television video production program. MATC's downtown campus recently hosted Cole's Conversation for the Cure, an informational session on breast cancer where women can dispel some myths about the disease and recognize the early symptoms. Dan Mitch visits with the Native American Student Movement, an organization that supports MATC's Native community. And finally, Jordan Curtin misses an important deadline, a relevant piece for the finals on the stresses of college. All this and much more on Stormwatch.
It's Stormwatch with Tanner Burke.
Welcome. I'm your annoyingly lovable host, Tanner Burke. On this season's final episode, we highlight the downtown campus, Stormwatch's home turf. We start with a peek into the Veterans Student Organization. The club isn't new, but is going through a rebuilding process. Andrew Suggett talked to the group's leaders to see what they are working on. But first, the television and video production program, based out of Milwaukee Public Television Studios, that is a 56-year-old program that gives students hands-on experience in all elements of production. Josh Nyland has more.
The television and video production program is located at the downtown MATC campus and prepares students for a career in the world of television by offering a hands-on experience in the high-definition studios of MPTV.
Part of my duties are teaching first-year incoming students the basics of broadcast television and video. That's learning how to floor direct, how to do lighting, how to do audio, video switching, producing, and directing.
While attending the program, students get the opportunity to go behind the camera and learn many different aspects of video production.
I like how the program has a more hands-on approach to teaching us things. It's not like we're sitting in desks all the time doing nothing. When we do things hands-on, I feel like I learn more because I've actually done it.
Students enrolled in this program are given the chance to work with new state-of-the-art equipment and gain knowledge that will help them for the future.
This program has numerous opportunities for internships and just extracurriculars. So I just want to learn everything I can about production, so when I go into the job market, I can look, head and shoulders above any other candidate.
Students who graduate from this program have an excellent entry-level employment history.
Some of the jobs that we've seen students get after the program, it's sort of across the board in this business. You could go in as a floor director or grip. You can go in as an associate producer, an assistant director, graphics, makeup. The sky's the limit.
Some of the skills needed to be successful in this program include communication, the ability to work within a group, motivation, and creativity.
Most important thing I've learned in this program is time management. Before I could just memorize all my tasks and all the things I need to do, but since coming into this program, we got so much thrown at us in terms of projects, tests. It's not just grab a camera, go interview some people, get some random B-roll, and then spend time at the Avids.
Offered as a 2-year program, dedication is a necessity as students must have the ability to work outside of normal school hours.
If you really want to do this, take the time to do it. If you had to quit your second job or go part-time at your job, just do it. You'll get, it'll benefit you in the long run because what you learn here is so valuable and it's such a great opportunity that it'd be foolish not to do that.
For more information about the television and video production program, please visit www.matc.edu.
Well, the Veteran Student Organization is like if Lazarus had a phoenix, and the phoenix had like 5 other phoenixes. This would be the reincarnation of VSO right now.
I saw the student union, and I seen all these other organizations that was just they were everywhere, and I'm like, where's the veterans presence? And this wasn't the first time that this veteran organization exists. It always existed, but it kind of faded for whatever reason. I don't know why, but I just saw a need for us to have a bigger presence here at MATC.
Well, we've been in the process of discussing having a vet center here on campus for veterans.
The main objective right now of the VSO is to establish a veterans center here at MATC. Veterans Center would include a place for veterans to relax, to rest, to get their homework done peaceably, and for other outside veteran service providers to come in and facilitate the veterans experience here at MATC.
That is probably going to be our biggest project, and it is a pet peeve of this organization for us to have our own veteran service area that veterans can come, and when they register for classes, they also can be accommodated if they need to with veteran needs, out with financial, home. We want to be a full service agency here at MATC for our veterans. We want that they can come right here.
The thing about veterans is they're very willing to put forth an effort for something that they totally believe in, but to take credit for it is very difficult for them to do. I've been thanked a lot of times, especially Veterans Day coming past, but it wasn't until today that I finally realized why these people are so thankful to us. And it dawned on me, it's like, they're thanking us because we're going to do something that they could never, ever, ever do, and that's put their life on the line for something that they believe in, and that's why they thank us, and we appreciate you thanking us. But I finally got the hint of why they do that.
The students of the television program here at MATC actually produced this show from the ground up, and I personally thank them for launching me into megastardom. See you at the Emmys. We now take you live to the Hunger Task Force, where Stormwatch field correspondent David Kay will educate us a little on this organization that does so much for the community. David?
Thank you, Tanner. I am joined here by Sherry Tussler, who is the Executive Director of the Hunger Task Force. Sherry, thank you so much for joining us today.
It's nice to be here.
Can you tell us a little about some of the signature programs you have here at the Hunger Task Force?
Sure, we're right in the middle of Food for Families right now, which is a more than 35-year tradition here in Milwaukee where people can donate to help out a family at the holidays. They should look for a blue food drive barrel almost anywhere in town, donate it to make sure that we can help out hungry families with the upcoming holidays.
That sounds fantastic. I know you do have the food drives and some standard donations. Can you tell us where in the community you receive the rest of your food stock?
Sure. For the most part, we're going to be food drives, and people should think about Stamp Out Hunger during May. If they get into Summerfest or the Wisconsin State Fair, they probably donated to the Hunger Task Force. Food for Families is clearly a big one, but we also have a lot of online drives.
Fantastic. Now, I know that you also do have a farm in Franklin that raises some food. Can you tell us about what comes from there and where it goes in our community?
The farm is beyond awesome. We've got 208 acres out in Franklin. We grow more than 1 million pounds of produce that's harvested and delivered directly to our food pantry network, soup kitchens, and homeless shelters here in Milwaukee so that we can make sure that people have healthy foods in addition to the donated food.
Oh, that sounds fantastic, and a good way to spread out the diet and make it a little healthier for everyone as well. Let's see, you already talked about that. Now, I do understand you received the 2011's Women of Influence Award for Nonprofit Leadership from the Business Journal. Can you tell us a little about what it is that's driving you to want to make changes in Wisconsin for the better?
Well, I really believe that everybody should have equal access to food and that people should have healthy and dignified foods. A lot of low-income people don't have reasonable access to food, and it's our job to advocate. And so as part of my job, I want to be a leader in anti-hunger work. I think that here in Wisconsin, it's kind of silly that people go hungry when we produce enough food to feed everybody. And so my job is to remind people of that consistently and to demonstrate leadership in anti-hunger work.
Oh, that's wonderful. It sounds like you really have kind of a close personal connection to this work. How did you originally get started here with the Hunger Task Force?
Well, I was lucky enough to apply. I once was a homeless shelter director here in town. One of the agencies that Hunger Task Force actually supports, the Hope House. And I heard that the job was open. I was interested in the anti-hunger public policy work that we do, the advocacy piece. And so I applied, and I was lucky enough to get the job, and I've been lucky ever since.
Great. And when was it that you first started working here at the Hunger Task Force?
17 years ago. Yeah.
17 years of helping out the hungry in our Wisconsin community. I know I speak for all of us here at MPTV when I say thank you for all the work you have been doing. We are going to take it back to Tanner Burke in the studio, and we'll be coming back to speak with Sherry a little bit later in the show. Tanner?
Yeah, thank you, David. Kohl's Department Stores partners with the task force for serving supper for kids, a summer meals program. Kohl's also recently partnered with Susan G. Komen organization for the Conversation for the Cure. Adam Lilly attended one of these sessions hosted at the downtown campus to help spread awareness for early breast cancer detection. But first, the weather outside is getting a bit frightful, but I'm here to show you how to keep your time at the downtown campus somewhat delightful. Willie Stone explores all the various activities to pass the time here at the downtown campus.
Milwaukee is a beautiful city, and downtown MATC is right in the heart of it all. Surrounded by a ton of places to go and things to do, downtown campus is the place for you. Now that the weather is turning for the worst, what's there to do indoors around campus? On the third floor of the downtown campus S building, there's a student center behind the cafeteria. There are pool tables, ping pong, and foosball. All students need is their ID to check out the stuff. Stormwatch host Tanner Burke spends his rainy days in the Student Center. There's a TV lounge with a number of couches for students to relax, unwind, and maybe kick their feet up. And did you know there's a gym? It's in the basement of the M building. If you feel like getting some exercise, the MATC downtown campus gym has 2 full-size basketball courts, 2 weight room areas, and right across the hall is a workout area, open every day from 8 to 4. All you need is your Stormer ID. Even if you're not the greatest at basketball or weightlifting, MATC has a ton of activities just for you. If you don't feel like going outside because the weather's crummy, don't. Hang out at downtown campus MATC.
Feel the burn. Oh yeah, feel the burn.
If we can empower the younger generations to take responsibility for their breast health now, as they move in their 30s and 40s and become young adults, it will be regular for them, and ultimately more women's lives will be spared because they will be healthier.
Kohl's Conversations for the Cure are educational sessions where women can talk openly about breast cancer and its potential to affect their lives. Held in familiar, easily accessible locations such as schools, churches, and community centers, the goal of these events is to encourage women to get regular breast cancer screenings and to empower women to encourage others to do the same. MATC held one of these conversations, and even though the crowd was small, its message was big.
We want people to be able to go to their doctor, talk with them, ask questions. It should be an open dialogue. And so we work on empowering people, regardless of their gender, that they need to be an active participant in their health, and ultimately they'll live longer.
1 in 8 women will develop breast cancer, and last year, more than 280 women died from breast cancer just in southeast Wisconsin. Leaders of these sessions teach that the only way to reduce these numbers is by talking about it, because proper communication can save a life.
3.5 years ago, I was diagnosed with stage 3C breast cancer. I was a young woman in my 30s, so typically I shouldn't have been getting mammograms at that age. And so it became very important for me on a personal level to not only share my story with other women in my community, to let them know that, hey, this could be you, but also I really want people to know that breast cancer is not the death sentence it used to be.
By holding this conversation, MATC has spurred breast cancer awareness. With the knowledge gained, participants now have what it takes to increase the survival rates throughout southeast Wisconsin and beyond. And chances are, they will.
We certainly want women to live and live a healthy life. And so women are living after a breast cancer diagnosis. And so I want women to know that they don't have to be as scared and as fearful of the disease, because they do have some power in this as well.
Join the fight to stop breast cancer. Find a Cole's Conversation on their website or go to susangcoleman.org to participate in a different event. We now take you back to David Kay live at the Hunger Task Force, where he is joined again with Executive Director Sherry Tussler. David?
We're walking at them.
Yep.
I assume they're going to be out of the way.
Thank you so much, Tanner. We are back at the Hunger Task Force with Sherry one more time. And Sherry, I was wondering, what kind of donations do you accept here at the Hunger Task Force?
We're looking for non-perishable items for the most part. Sometimes at this time of year, we're looking for frozen things like turkeys or hams. People can drop off at the dock. But for the most part, if you're thinking about donating to a food drive, you should think about canned vegetables, canned fruit, cereal, and even milk for kids.
Okay. Now, are there any particular type of items that would not be appropriate to donate to the food pantries?
We are not looking for unhealthy food. We are not looking for cookies or snacks or soda, because those are not the kinds of foods that are going to make people healthy. We don't want to give them to our kids, and we really don't have space in our warehouse for junk food.
Oh, absolutely. And when I was looking around before, I did see a large section with things like baby formula. Is there a particular need for food for infants and young children?
People don't think about infants going without, but the WIC program is only going to give us enough milk for about the first 6 weeks of a child's growing up time, and we need to put a little bit of extra infant formula into the network.
Oh, absolutely. Now, I've seen a lot of people working around here at the Hunger Task Force. How many of them are paid employees, and how many are volunteers?
We have more than 7,000 people volunteer at the Hunger Task Force on an annual basis, and so we're surrounded by volunteers. But there are 50 paid employees as well. We're here at the Hunger Task Force. We're building stock boxes down at the airport. We're at the farm, and we're also at the welfare office helping people apply for food stamps.
Oh, great. Now, you did mention that you have quite a few volunteers throughout the year, and as I was telling you earlier, my wife has threatened me if I don't get proper information. So if someone wanted to volunteer here at the Hunger Task Force, how would they go about doing that?
Go to hungertaskforce.org and click on that volunteer tab. It's as simple as that. We'll find a place for you.
Oh, sounds like a really simple process. Now, let's see. We are, of course, approaching the holiday season. It's a time when people think about giving and, of course, reaching out to help others in the community. But I know that hunger is not a seasonal problem. It is year-round. Do you have any particular drives that you do for outreach at other times of the year, or are there specific things you look for outside of the holiday season?
Hunger isn't definitely a year-round problem. Hunger is a problem of poverty, and poverty is a problem here in the city of Milwaukee, with 1 in 4 of our children going hungry. So we're encouraging people to operate food drives on a year-round basis. If you, your congregation, your child's school, your company wants to join on board, it's not just a seasonal thing. It's any time that you're ready to do it. The letter carrier Stamp Out Hunger is a very next food drive that we've got coming up, and it's not until May. So if people can find it in their heart to organize a food drive for us in January, February, or March, we're looking for that, and so we would welcome their help.
Okay, great. And you did say that there are a lot of organizations that do work with you. Is that just, once again, go and visit the Hunger Task Force website to get more information?
Absolutely. You're going to find a ton of information there. If you're somebody who's writing a term paper and you need information, it's going to be at the Hunger Task Force website as well. There are Q&As about hunger facts, both in Milwaukee and Wisconsin. And if you just want to know how you can get involved, we're going to find a way to get you involved. Just hit that website.
Oh, that's great. And now, obviously, we are currently located in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. How far is the reach of the Hunger Task Force? Where all do you reach in the state?
When we're delivering food, we stay in the boundaries of Milwaukee County. We have free and local partners in Waukesha, Racine, Kenosha, in the southeast region, and we can also find ways to get food to Madison, La Crosse, Stevens Point, Green Bay. In terms of our advocacy reach and our anti-hunger public policy work, when we can change a law or a rule that affects people in Wisconsin, we can change it for the whole state.
That sounds wonderful. Well, Sherry, I really want to thank you so much for taking some time to talk to us here on Stormwatch today. And for all of you watching, please feel free to take this time of year to reach out, help those in need. If you can't donate time, food or money, donate your time. Help the people in your own community, and it'll come back to you in turn. For Stormwatch, this is David Kay. Back to you in the studio, Tanner.
Thanks, David. If you want to volunteer for the Hunger Task Force, here it is again. Simply go to the hungertaskforce.org and click on volunteer. The task force always accepts food and cash donations, especially in this time of need. Here's a short piece about something we're all guilty of, and I'm talking about missing an important deadline. Our own Jordan Curtin dreams up a segment about the perils of procrastination and stress. But first, MATC prides itself on its diverse student body. One student group that celebrates this diversity and brings cultural awareness to the campus is the Native American Student Movement. We explored what this group does to provide cultural, spiritual, and emotional support for Native American students here at MATC.
The Native American Student Movement is the student organization that is for Native American students, but also non-Native students, to help bring culture and well-being back into the school for the Native American students here.
Fundraising and planning are already underway for this April's Native Heritage Month.
We have a raffle going on for a 32-inch HD TV that ends on December 12th. Tickets are $1 or six for $5. Just this past year when we did it, it was 35 different events go on throughout the whole month. So we had different craft vendors here. We had workshops for dream catchers and jewelry and dance demonstrations, all kinds of educational events on different things that are going on with different Native American groups around Wisconsin.
The Native American Student Movement provides support for Native students at all MATC campuses.
Native American students, especially at MATC here, are 1% of the population of the school. So it's hard to find a place to go and talk to, other Native students and to get the spiritual and cultural background that we have compared to other groups in the school. The way that you grow up and the way that you're raised and the way that, your life is so different from other people in the school. Your spiritual background is nothing like any religion in the school, and different ceremonies that we conduct, and we worship everything, the animals, the earth, Mother Nature, everything. So it's a different background to come from, and a lot of people don't understand it.
Students interested in events being held or joining the group can find more information at NASM's office in M320 or the Multicultural office in M328 or on their Facebook page.
Jordan, wake up. You got a project due. Jordan, you gotta get to the project. Jordan, wake up. Jordan, wake up, Jordan.
No.
Jordan, wake up.
Don't make me go to church. Oh, man. It's so early. What am I gonna do? Oh my God, this project. I'm never gonna get it done. Oh man, I gotta get this done. Kevin's gonna kill me. I know he is. He's gonna kill me. He does this. I do this every time. God. What does this do again? Oh man. All right, I'm good. I'm good. All right. I'm gonna be late. Oh my God, I'm gonna be late. Oh my God.
What's wrong, Jordan?
Oh my God, Warren. This is due right now. I'm late. I don't have it done. What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? I don't know what to do, Warren. I'm gonna kill myself. All right.
You know, that was due last week.
Probably not the only one I bet. You sure this is due last week? Now what?
Jordan, get up.
Oh, the stresses of finals week. Here are some events you certainly can't miss this week at MATC. Tomorrow, the Mequon campus is hosting a health and spinal posturing screening. Watch that slouching. That's at 11:30 a.m. on Tuesday. MATC's music occupations student and faculty members will perform live in a benefit for the Hunger Task Force. Admission is $7 or $5 with a non-perishable food item. Music for a great cause at 7 p.m. Wednesday at the Best Place, 901 West Juneau Avenue. Selected vocalists and pianists will perform with the MATC Concert Choir for Thursday Sing, another great event put on by the Music Occupations Program. That's Thursday at noon at the downtown campus. On Friday, the Lamp of Knowledge ceremony will take place at the Marcus Center for the Performing Arts. That's at 5 p.m. Unfortunately, that's all the time I have for you today. It's been quite a ride this season on Stormwatch. Again, I'm your hound of a host, Tanner Burke. Have a Merry Festivus and a Happy New Year, and remember, I'll see you, same place, right here next semester.